We're on Twitch now, just saying. Welcome to Tabletop Shop.
Hello and welcome back to the Tabletop Shop podcast. We have no game of the week this episode. We are completely and utterly game of the weekless because we have much cooler things to talk about, being our analysis of our top 100s. I forgot this was an intro. I'm one of your co-hosts, Nate Clark, and as always, seated in Kentucky is your other co-host, Mr. Cody Pennington.
That's one we haven't heard before. Good stuff. Well, kids, here we are.
If you lived on the other side, I could say seated all the way across West Virginia, because that's basically what it is. I mean, you're in Kentucky, but it's basically just all the way across West Virginia.
It's true. I don't think I could say the same for me, though. I couldn't say you're seated all the way across West Virginia from me. Technically it's true, but there's also Kentucky, part of Kentucky in the way.
Well, like an hour driving wise, like an hour maybe? I don't know.
It might be 2 hours to get to West Virginia. Kirsten and I were like sitting down trying to figure out places we want to go visit. And it's so weird. Like when you're in Oregon, you grow up in Oregon, it takes like 7 days to get to another state. I feel like, especially when you live in in the Willamette Valley, like next to the ocean. But here it's like, I could reach North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, all those within like 5 or 6 hours. If I wanted to.
It's so funny.
Many other places.
There's a legendary sign on Interstate 81 when you're driving north through Virginia that has 3 different towns on it that are all within, I can't remember, it was like less than 200 miles that are in 3 different states, all on the same interstate sign. It's like Winchester, Martin, or no, it's... it might have even been 4, because it's like Winchester, Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and then Cumberland or something, which are 4 different states, but they're all on like the same road sign for like, how many miles to this town, how many miles to that one. But it's 4 different states because they're all that close. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's weird. That's kind of funny.
Anyways.
But besides the point.
Enough regional content. Cody, intro question for you.
Yeah, dude.
This is actually a good one. This is a thinker, I think.
Okay.
We'll get a little psychoanalytical here.
Okay. Do I have permission to like take my time if I need to get down into it?
Well, this is like more of a discussion maybe than just a straight up question. Are you more likely, potentially, to like a game that you discovered rather than being introduced to that same game? So to elaborate a little bit, if you have been researching a game, you heard about it, it piqued your interest, you've been researching it, you buy it, you play it, do you think your level of enjoyment is somewhat biased versus if someone like me or somebody else was like, hey, I like this game, you should play it, taught it to you, and you played it? Do you think that there's like an innate bias in that, like, this is something I've been kind of pursuing and interested in versus this is just something somebody else brought to me, even though it's exactly the same game?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird thing to think about. I'm going to say there's another layer to it. I think there's a bias because if you specifically introduce me to a game, I know I'm already a bit more excited about it, but part of the reason is because the game has like some affirmation from another gamer I know that I respect, Like there's some other gamer friends like back in Oregon that maybe we would game with, that they just had a different taste in games than me. So like if I got introduced to a game, I'd almost be like kind of skeptical or just like unsure if I'd really like enjoy it,
Well, also, like I understand what you're saying. Like we're both relatively seasoned gamers, but we definitely have differing tastes. Like there are certain games I like a lot that you don't. Like for example, Broom Service. When I taught you Broom Service, I basically predicated it by saying, I don't know or even think that you're going to like this game, but I just want you to experience, right? I love it. Yeah. I think it's brilliant, but I knew that it wasn't in your wheelhouse, right? And so that's a little different. I didn't teach it to you with the expectation that you were going to like it. But I think, if I'm dropping, I don't know. There are certain games that when I play them, I know you would like them, and then there's other ones that I'm maybe not sure, and then there's other ones I definitely know you wouldn't like, even if I like all of them.
Yeah, I hear that. It's while you're saying all that, I was looking through my top 100 to try to find where where Broom Service landed.
I'd be surprised if it was even there, to be honest.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised that I don't think I see it.
I'm not surprised. Did you enjoy playing it, Cody?
Oh, no, it's on there. Dude, it's number 55. You should be proud. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's crazy. Okay, that
was fun.
Cool. Are we playing it again in spring?
I'd be down. I mean, it's much better as like more than 2 players, right?
Well, I don't know. It's different with 2 players. It's more predictable. It's less chaotic. So
It's just so dang hard to get is the thing.
Oh yeah. Forget about it.
And I don't really want the German version because I don't speak German, so.
Yeah, I'm actually going to get like print paste ups or something and then sleeve the cards and basically have, well, I don't want to paste them, but I want to have like color, nice looking, basically copies of the English cards and then put them on top of my cards and sleeve them basically so that I don't have to. I mean, it's pretty intuitive, but I don't want to have to. It's a barrier to teaching people because there's text on the cards and they can't read it. So
yeah, it's important.
But yeah, good luck finding an English copy.
Yeah, I'll hold out. I'll wait for Quack's Duel. But anyway, on the matter of the great topic that you brought up for discussion, like I said, I think there's some nuance where if you specifically introduce me to a game, I think I'm automatically more excited about it because A, for the most part, I respect your opinions, and B, I know like if I enjoyed it, that's a game that I'd have a person specifically I could play it with. Because sometimes, like, there's certainly games that Kirsten doesn't like that I do like. And I'm like, oh, well, okay.
Right.
But besides that, I think there is something to be said where, like, if I discover a game that I like, I'm extra excited about it. But even as I'm saying all that, I feel like all of those are, like, aftershock, like, effects. Like, I have to like the game first before I develop a bias about it. I don't think I'm necessarily more biased to like a game just because I discovered it or someone else discovered it. So there you go. That's my answer. How about you?
Well, there's been certain things, like there's a friend of mine here who teaches me a lot of games because he buys a lot of new games. And some of them are ones that I've heard about. I've heard of most of them. Occasionally there's one that I've actually like actively researched and wanted to either acquire or play. And I feel like those ones I appreciate more than ones that he teaches me that I know nothing about. And so I'm wondering if that is an innate bias where I'm like, oh, I'm already vested somewhat. I already know that I'm kind of interested in this. And so I'm already expecting to like it. Whereas this over here, I don't know what to expect. And so I think that I probably have a sort of innate bias in a way towards things that I kind of feel like my thing versus something that I don't really know anything about, you know? I feel like maybe Fromage is a good example. I think Fromage is a really brilliant game. I've only played it once, and I didn't know anything about it when we played it, right? So they just taught it, and we played it, and I was like, oh yeah, pretty good, right? I'm thinking if it was something that I had like researched, I might have bought it, and then it would have meant a lot more to me. But also that would come with the fact that I would have probably played it a handful of times, and therefore it would have had more time to become something that, you know, really satiates my interest rather than just a one-off play. So
yeah. It's a good combination then, since you seem to have more self-confidence and appreciation for games that you discover. And I think I'm automatically a little more excited about a game if you discover it and introduce it to me. So there, you just keep finding the games, bro, and I'll play them and we're good to go.
Cody, your Achilles heel. Do you know what your Achilles heel is for researching and buying games?
Not researching enough.
Well, yes, but in one specific aspect, in my opinion.
One specific. I don't know, man. You tell me. What I got?
I think it's player count. I think oftentimes you either don't look into or disregard the recommended player count for some games. I
think you're probably right. But the thing is, it's mostly only going to be 2-player games that I play. So it's like I kind of just accept that a game may not be optimal at 2 players versus 3 or 4. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some games that just are significantly worse at two-player games to where they're not worth having.
Like, I mean, this is really a tangent now, but first thing that jumps to mind is Western Legends. Like, I am genuinely interested in playing that game, but like, I wouldn't play it with less than 4 people. Like, if somebody was like, "Hey, I just got Western Legends, you just want to play it with me, like one other person," I would probably say no, because like, I know that that's not the ideal player count. Another great example, and this is actually a place where I, in a way, messed up, was Thunder Road Vendetta. I played with a friend, and he warned me. He was like, "Hey, this is really better with more people, but you know, it's just the 2 of us. Let's try it." And I think it's a game I would like a lot with more people, but as it was, we played it just the 2 of us, and I was like, you know, I can see where it's fun, but it's a game kind of about chaos and stuff, and so with just 2 people, it just didn't, you know, the vibe wasn't there. It just didn't work. So
yeah, I get that. I mean, here's the deal. I have not purchased Wandering Towers because I know that it does not work super great at 2 players. So I at least have some self-awareness there, but yeah. What's your Achilles heel? Do you have one?
Oh, yeah, that's a interesting. I have not done that self-examination.
You'll examine others, but not yourself.
What do you think mine is? Or do you have any conjecture?
I don't know, bro. Like,
I think a lot of times I convince myself that I'm going to like something more than I know that I actually will, for whatever reason. Like, I somewhat recently acquired Sunavalo, which is Andreas Odendahl's most recent game. And because the concept was very interesting to me, and he's the designer of La Granja, which I love, but all the gameplay and like all the stuff I watched about it, I was like, the concept's really interesting, but I knew deep down that it wasn't going to grip me, that it was going to feel a bit more shallow than La Granja and just not be as satisfying. And lo and behold, that's like Anna and I played it twice, and both times it just kind of landed with a wet thud, you know? And so...
Was that the case before you had brought it over in like over Thanksgiving?
We had played it once, and I never judge anything after one play unless it's something, you know, obviously terrible. So...
Okay, sure.
Yeah. We better move on.
Yeah, bro. Any new plays?
Yes. I'm going to spotlight Stefan Feld's newest game. It might be his newest game. I'm not sure. This
Civolution.
No. I would like to play Civolution, but this is called Druids of, I don't know how to say it, Edora, I guess. The Druids of Edora.
Edora?
Sure, Edora, yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
This is another, it shares a lot of DNA, in my opinion, with, what's it called? Kinfire? No, not Kinfire. Bonfire. But it's,
I got nothing.
it is a, yeah, I know you haven't played that, but for those who have, it's, yeah. But it's an interesting dice placement game where you roll all of your dice at the beginning of the game, and most of them are a pool that you will not draft from, but basically pull from during the game. So you can see all of the numbers you're going to get over the course of the game. I think you're going to get, I want to say like maybe 15 actions or something. And so you have like 12 dice that you've already rolled at the beginning of the game off to the side. And those are the dice that you're going to slowly accumulate over the course of the game and use for actions. And so you can see all of the numbers you have for the whole game, which is kind of interesting for a dice placement game. Like there's no rounds that you kind of roll all your dice again, nothing like that. So that's kind of an interesting aspect. And then, you know, apart from that, it's kind of a somewhat generic point salad-y, different mechanisms meshing. It's got pretty good, pretty cutthroat player interaction on the board. It's not terribly, it's kind of tactical where you're like, you want to be the first to a lot of spaces, but you also want to have the like pip majority on a lot of spaces in the game too.
Okay.
And there's a very limited number of there's much different actions, but there's a set amount of spots for the whole game. And once you place a die, it's there for the whole game. And so you can see basically how many times over the course of the whole game collectively we'll be able to take that action, right? And as people start taking it, more and more spots start disappearing, and you start to go, oh, okay, I'm probably not going to get to take that action again for the rest of the game. So I need to, shift my focus, whatever. So But yeah, it's very abstract, but it's definitely a solid design.
It looks super abstract, but everything you
Totally.
just explained sounds quite interesting. I like the idea that it's worker placement, but one time, sort of.
Yeah, and it's not as imbalanced as you might think because, like all good dice placement games, low numbers are useful as are high numbers. They're just useful in different ways, right? And so that spread that you get from that, you get one die, one big die roll for the whole game, and so but all numbers are useful. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I have 2 new plays to report, but I'll try to go quick so I don't spend a whole bunch of time. I'm sure you have more than just that one that you spotlighted. So I'm just going to start with throwing Terra Nova. We got Terra Nova and played Terra Nova. That's all I have to say. It's just
I told you, man. I told you it wasn't going to be good. I told you.
It's a game where you're supposed to make decisions about what you do. I do not like games where the game plays you, as in it does not really feel like there's any true choices that you're making. You're just kind of like, well, I've got 5 of this, and this thing costs 5, so I'm literally just going to do this one thing because it makes the most sense. And there's just,
Dang,
I don't know.
dude, this must be, I know that this is like the little brother. This actually might have been the first, and it didn't even really start a trend because, I mean, how old is Terra Nova?
Terra Nova's recent, 2023?
No way, is it really that? Oh, 2022, yeah.
2022.
It was definitely in on this trend of like taking big, heavy Euros and minimizing them, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen this with a lot of other stuff like Great Western Trail, El Paso, and Maracaibo Pirates, and Sanctuary is the Arc Nova miniature version.
Yeah.
I hate that trend. All the ones I've played, I find them to be significantly just straight up subpar versions of the real game. So this must be decently different if you're like, I don't know, what you're describing is not the experience that I get from Terra Mystica.
Okay.
So.
I mean, there's certainly like decisions and things you can make, like strategize, but it feels pretty shallow, or just to the point where there's not a whole bunch of time you spend like making those decisions, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to have the wisdom and the discretion to not just boot the whole Terra series because I'm aware that this is the mini version, so I want to play the other one. But in my defense, this was like $15, and that's why I got it. I'm like, I just want to give it a shot.
I respect that. Can I also say, Cody, recommended player count 3 to 4 for Terra Nova? Not surprising. So,
yeah, I mean that would have made a bit of a difference, but even still, like it's just
to me,
the game
it's one of the coolest parts about Terra Mystica is I'm assuming this Terra Nova also has like the siphoning power off of adjacent people and getting benefits and stuff. Yeah,
yes, you want to be next to people and all that.
It works so well in Terra Mystica because it's a double-edged sword, right? Like the spots you want are more hotly contested for like terraforming and building on, but you get that added bonus of cheaper stuff and power and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that part was at least clever, and I respected that.
And it works a lot better, obviously, with 3 or 4 people.
I'll take your word for it, because I definitely don't have any experience in buying poor player count games. Anyway, Machi Koro 2 is the other one I'm going to throw at you. And this was another kind of a disappointment, to be honest. So 2 disappointments, not a super great trend for this week. It was fine. It's very Catan-esque. Every turn you roll the dice, and you have buildings that activate according to the dice numbers. The one unique part is you get to decide, do you want to roll 1 die or 2 dice? Because there's some buildings that activate like 1 through 6, and some buildings that activate like 7 through 12, and different combinations. Anyway, so you can decide, do I want to roll the double dice and go for a higher value? That's at least interesting. You know that I'm not big on race games, and that's what this is. You're collecting money. You put down some cards. You're slowly collecting different cards. You get some money from those cards, and then you try to get more cards. And then sort of space-based style, they activate according to dice rolls. And when they activate, all they really do is just give you more money. And the goal is just to purchase 3 really expensive buildings. Doesn't matter what they are. There's just a series of, they're like landmarks or something like that. And it is interesting. The first landmark you buy, all of them have 3 prices on them, which is kind of cool, according to what number of it is you bought, no matter what. So any landmark, if it's the first one you've bought, you pay the cheapest price. And then any landmark, if it's the second one you buy, you pay the middle price.
Yeah,
so how you win is you just purchase the third one, but obviously that's going to be the most expensive price. And they come with little abilities and stuff to kind of add some variety. So it was fine. Like, I'm not going to get rid of it, but it was just kind of fine.
I've played Machikoro many times. I've never played Machikoro 2, but just looking at it looks probably 90% the same. So,
okay. You should have said, I didn't realize you hadn't played. I was rambling on trying to explain it to you.
Well, for anybody listening that doesn't know anything about it.
There you go.
Yeah, you said Catan-esque, but I mean, this is the game that I think gave life to Space Base. Like, this has got to be the founder of that game. And Space Base is definitely a better game, in my opinion. Anna and I have played Machikoro a lot because it's compact. We traveled with it a lot in 2023 and played it, quite a few times. And our copy has like 2 expansions in it also. But even still, I mean, there's a lot of luck, and it's just racing to. In our version, it's 6 cards, the first to build those 6 big buildings.
Okay. Yeah. 6 cards. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah, I don't love it either, but.
Well, now that we've done that mini analysis and we're 20 minutes into the podcast, now it's time. Maybe this is could be a good spot for some transition music. So let's cue up the Game of the Week music so that we can do our not Game of the Week.
Okay, now that our copyrighted clip is done playing.
No, that's gonna be the board banter music. We just listened to Game of the. I can play the copyrighted clip right now if you want.
Oh, I thought that's what you were gonna put in there.
No, it was, well, I don't know. Here we go. Let's do the copyrighted clip right now. It's gonna start showing up in all the podcasts.
And tabletop shop. You play Sue Stop at the tabletop shop.
I like to stop at the tabletop shop. I like to stop at the tabletop shop. I like to stop at the tabletop shop. I like to stop at the tabletop shop.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, he did
Pour
that
one
for
out
us.
for Mike.
Yep. Well, Nate, can I just level with you? Can I just tell you something?
Let's do it.
Just got to get this off my chest. This is the podcast that absolutely no one except you and I will ever care about, or this episode, because I was just thinking about this as I was going through getting all the deets. I'm like, Nate and I are such nerds that we collect all this data over the course of the year, and then we just spend time crunching the data to try to compare stats and percentages and points and ratios, and no one's going to care about this except
Cody.
literally you and I. Unless there's someone else out there who kept track of the same details and they want to compare or something, that's fine.
Or someone who just cares. Franz is out here listening to this.
Okay, Franz, you keep us straight, buddy, so thanks for that.
Cody, can I level with you? I think these are the most valuable episodes for us to go back and listen to, as far as like their historical value for us.
Ooh,
right?
Good point.
So like
it's the anthology.
I see like 5 years in the future, like going back and listening to this would be like the most interesting just to get that historical perspective on all this data from now, right? It's all recorded. So I think
that would be pretty cool. Yeah. To go back and see our pathetic opinions and be like, that game was in my top 10. Pathetic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Cody, without further ado, we have a slew of data to go through here that we're going to try and keep as entertaining as possible. And we will have 2 little mini lists at the very end. So make sure you stick around. Or
dude,
don't just like skip to the end to listen to those. Make sure you listen to all the stuff in between, Franz.
Yeah, all the stuff. And I will just say that we went hard on the data this year. This is more in depth than we have in the past. But I'm excited for it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe we should like alternate introducing each section just to make it interesting.
Okay. Go for it.
Nate, no. I'm going to roll a virtual D20 for me.
That's really...
I got a 19. Do you trust me that I got a 19?
I'm not even going to roll.
I'm rolling for you. There you go.
Oh, okay.
It's a nat 1, bro.
That sounds about right.
The internet has spoken. All right. So the first category, maybe I should just explain. Nate and I went through, we do this every year. We use PubMeeple to figure out our top 100. We insert those into a shared Google Sheet. Although we don't peek at the other person's games. It's just if we want to, we can go back after we do the podcast. We can look. We write down the change. How, like, if a game, let's say a game was in slot 5 one year, and then the next year it's in slot 7. Well, it went down 2 spaces, so we put down -2 for that. We'll also do the adjusted change, because if we play a new game in the year that shows up above rank 5, for example, we don't want to punish game 5 for us just simply playing a new game. So that would translate to 1 less negative movement, the stats and stuff. So anyway, we figure out all these numbers. We assign points to them. So the number 1 game, like my number 1 has 100 points. The number 100 has 1 point. And it goes all the way down. But then we'll add the change number to those points. So we have a total point value for the game that represents both its current rank and how much it improved or decreased over the course of the game. So we've got all this details, all these fun information. I can English really good.
And if there's a single person listening to this that did not just like tap that forward 15 seconds, forward 15 seconds, forward 15 seconds button, I will eat my sock.
Well, now Franz understands, okay? Maybe he didn't realize that's how it worked, but now he knows.
That's true.
All right, well, here's the deal. All that to say, the first one we're going to start off with, that we're going to review, is our respective highest new game. So the highest game that was a new play this last year that landed in our top 100. My highest new game landed at rank 8. So hit my top 10. That's always good when you have a new top 10 game from the year. And this is one that Nate introduced to me in person in our summer adventure. Yeah, what you got? We've played it a lot digitally now.
Yeah, I should say that I have not looked at your list at all yet, Cody. So everything is all new to me here. My guess is Revive. I think that fits the bill.
You would be correct, Home Slice.
Yeah.
I realized I have a sudden pang of shame not knowing who designed Revive. So I'm going to look at it now.
Well,
that's
like
why.
3 or 4 Norse people.
And I've never heard of them. So yeah, we've got Helga Meisner, Kristen Amundsen Ostby, Eilif Svensson, and Anna Vermland.
Now, if you go through, at least those first 3 I know for a fact, if you look at their portfolio, as it were, they have quite a few games because they designed together quite a bit, especially Ostby and Svensson, I think. They've got quite a few games that are pretty well regarded. Saltfjord was one that came out last year that people were pretty hot on. But yeah, they have a lot of games, and they have a lot that are pretty highly respected. So,
well, looks like all of them bounced on Recall, whatever that is, 2025. That's the last year.
That's the spiritual successor to Revive, actually. So I'm pretty interested in that one. It's not, as far as I know, it's not available in the US yet, but I am pretty interested in that bad boy.
So they've got the T games. Now we're going to start seeing the re games come out. I like that.
The re games.
All right. Well, Revive. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I'm tempted to start talking about the game. We do not have the time to just talk about every game. We're just here for the stats. I love Revive. I think I've won it once, and we've probably played it together 7 times at this point, maybe.
Oh, more than that, my friend.
You think so?
Oh, definitely.
Well, I've got to get me another win in there. I'm just addicted to it. I don't know. And I'm excited because Kirsten, I would think Kirsten would not like this game, but she has some weird ones in there because she likes usually lighter games, yet her favorite game is Brass. So maybe it's not super surprising that she enjoyed this one. So I want to get this one. I like the expansions that we play with too, but there we go. Nate, what is your highest new game?
My highest new is a 2023 release from my favorite Italians. I love me some Luciani, bro. I love me some Luciani. This is sitting at my number 4 currently. This is Darwin's Journey. This is one that I heard about on a podcast. It's one I've always kind of avoided because the theme didn't really interest me, and the art on the cover of the box always made me think that it was just it It reminded me of like Tokaido, Isle of Cats. Like, it has that like white backdrop
Just going
with some
on a
like
walk.
yeah, just some like mediocre art. And so I never really looked into it at all. But dude, this is a crunchy Euro, and it is brilliant. Probably the biggest catching point for this, or the biggest hook for this game, is that you have three different workers, and you can add. There's like 3 or 4 different colored seals that you can add to them, and those seals will essentially unlock different worker spots on the game board, right? And so there might be a spot that says only a worker that has 2 red seals and a blue seal can go here, right? That might be a really cool spot. So I might be racing to try and collect seals to add to this worker that theoretically, or that more or less effectively unlocks that spot for me, right? And there's a bunch of different spots. There's also like 3 main actions where you're exploring islands and getting bonuses, where you're sailing your ship to try and score goals. And you've got the stamps action, which is kind of end of round bonuses, stuff like that. Those all what's the right word? I'm drawing a blank. Incentivize you to lean into one color, because then you can do that action more powerfully. But then there's other actions that incentivize you to diversify. So it's just a brilliant system. I've played it quite a few times, and I love it.
Yeah, that one landed pretty high for me too. Not quite that high. But yeah, Luciani doing that thing where he makes some games that I'm just like, bruh, what? And then some games I'm like, bruh.
You know why? It's because he makes freaking many, dude. He's made so many games.
It's just bound to happen, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know how many designer credits he has, because it's really hard to distinguish on BGG. But he has made a lot of games. So.
And all the Italians that he works with too. There's like so many different combos.
Yeah, they got a whole thing over there. All right, we got to keep this clicking, Cody.
All right,
so next up, we're going to
What's next?
Talk about which game of ours got the most points. So this would be kind of the added sum of what their starting point value was for where they are on the list, plus however much they moved up, basically. So
I put this section later because I got confused. Let me put this. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, do your thing. No, you're good. All right.
For me, with 100 and, let me double check my number here, 109 points, but only sitting at rank 45.
What?
It went up.
So this moved up a lot.
Adjusted change, this went up 53 spots.
Dang, son.
This is modern art.
All right. Never played it, but all right.
I played this game once last year and once this year. And I don't know why it shot up so much. I think I just had a newfound respect for it. I liked it a lot when I played it the year prior. But last year, it just, something about it just gave me this newfound respect for it. But it's basically just an auctioning game where there's a few different types of auctions, and you're just putting up art to bid, and the art that comes out will also determine scoring. It's really too abstract to explain, but it's basically just an auction game, and it's a Reiner Knizia, so it's brilliant.
Okay. All right. Do you own this one?
I do not. Nope. A friend of mine owns it.
Well, maybe someday I'll give it a play. I'll tell you what, though, my most points, you'll be happy to hear this. And I'm kind of surprised that it happened this way, but it just sort of makes sense. I just needed more time, I guess. This is Gloomhaven.
What?
Gloomhaven with 123 points for the year.
Holy crap. Well, so this must be sitting really high for you, rank-wise.
This entered my top 100. No, it was already entered my top 10.
Oh, okay.
It's sitting at 6 now.
Dang,
so this really shot
crazy.
up. And it moved up 28 spaces adjusted. So actually, there's actually no new games above it. So it moved up 28 spaces fighting all of the new games that appeared despite it. So yeah, it did great. And honestly, it's because of the Let's Fail series that we've been doing. That's the only reason why.
I mean, that's the only reason you played it. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I owned it. I had a copy, and Kirsten and I were playing through it a little bit, but it's just so much time to set up. And I don't think Kirsten, she's not as big of a fan, as some of the creepy themes that are kind of in it. Although Jaws of the Lion was kind of more so. There's blood imps and all this creepy stuff kind of going on. Gloomhaven itself hasn't been actually as bad. But it was just a chore to set all up and run it. But
sure.
the fact that we can just sign in there, I always look forward to the sessions. It's fun that we can stream it now.
Yeah.
Y'all, if you're still here, we stream Gloomhaven when we play it. So get in there for once a month Gloomhaven streams. But yeah, it just shot up there for me, and there it sits.
And those, we're not live streaming on YouTube. It's just, or are we? No, we're just streaming on Twitch, right?
But then we post it on YouTube,
Yes.
so it's
Yeah.
appears both places. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Alrighty.
Least points.
Yeah. Or you want me to intro this?
I had most least points as like the same line, so I consider this all the same thing. That's why. Okay, well, anyway, we're doing least points now, which is the opposite. This is the game. I realize, Nate, that actually this is, this specific entry right here doesn't really make any sense because least points is going to be a game that does not actually exist on our top 100 because it sucks. So we're saying like
that's true.
This is the game that is the least exemplative of our top 100 for whatever reason, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Mine is Evacuation. Evacuation sitting with negative 28 points for the year.
Dang.
Because it's rank 87 and it dropped 42 places.
Wow.
Actually, it dropped 63 places. It's 42 adjusted. Yeah.
I can't believe you had it that
Evacuation's
high the year prior, honestly.
Yeah, what would that have been? 43? No, 45
higher
if it
than
went
that.
down?
No, the actual change was 63, right? So
Oh, yeah,
that
you're
be
right.
like
Evacuation.
24?
Oh, bro, I had this at 24.
Yeah, that's why I'm so shocked.
I mean, I played it and I was like, this is a cool game and stuff. I just don't think it's going to be great with the race mode. We need to play the points mode. And then you and I finally played the points mode in our last trip thing. And it was just like, you know what? It's interesting and all, but it's not hitting it for me. So it dropped a lot, and there it sits now. Negative 28 points, rank 87.
yeah, it's not even on my top 100, so.
Wow. So kind of for both of us, it's just like, meh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vladimir. You make good games. Just
He makes good game. Let's be clear here.
he does.
be
He makes
honest.
very good game. All right.
Okay.
Although I did buy Praga Cop at Regni, so I need to learn that one.
I am interested to try it, if I'm being honest. That's probably the one that I'm most interested to try. Of his.
Okay.
So
I'll try to learn it before the spring. Then we can bring it.
not most dropped. This is least points, right? Least points for me
Least points.
with negative 21, so not nearly as much as yours. But this is gonna break your heart, Cody. You could probably guess what this is.
Don't say it. Actually, I don't have a guess. I'm sure it's still going to break my heart,
It's viticulture.
I knew you already sold it, so I don't care. But still, negative 21 points, though. What rank is it at?
This is 88 now on my top 100.
Ouch.
So
Ouch, my dude.
we're just looking ahead here. I'm not expecting this to be on my top 100, partially because I don't think I'm going to play it in 2026. So. So I've had a weird story with viticulture. In some senses, it holds a very special place in my heart as being one of the first games we played getting into the hobby. Many, many hours sitting in your little dining room in your apartment with that classic hand-curated viticulture soundtrack
Playlist.
playing. And just grinding out games of viticulture. Really, priceless experiences. And here's the thing. I still think viticulture is a solid game. But the past few times I've played it, I've been enjoying it less and less. And there's a couple reasons for that. I think it's not, speaking to viticulture here, it's not you, it's me. I think my taste is changing. And there's certain things about viticulture that I just don't appreciate anymore. Like the crazy random card draws that are so swingy. And the very procedural nature to the game where you kind of have to do a bunch of stuff in a certain order. And that's just how the game is, and that's fine. And like I said, it still holds a special place in my heart, but it's no longer the type of game that I really love. But then on the flip side, I love especially with Tuscany, I love the different seasons. I think is absolutely brilliant. right? You have a set amount of workers for the whole year, but you're placing in seasons.
You don't have the right to say nice things about viticulture anymore.
What are you talking about, bro? It's on my top 100. Get out of here.
Points. Get it now. It's gone. You're not even allowed to play the Bordeaux expansion now. Not to mention that I made the great journey, the great pilgrimage to go and buy the lost expansions of Formaggio and Arboriculture, and then carted them 2,500 miles across the entirety of the United States to bring you a copy, and then you just got rid of it.
And I promptly carted them an extra 100 miles and sold them at the Congress of Gamers convention to some lucky soul. So for like $50. So you know what? I'm fine with that. Moving on.
That's fine.
To our next category, which is heaviest game. Weighing 4 pounds, 119 ounces, which is actually 5 pounds and 3 ounces. No, just kidding. At 4.19 4.19 on the hotly contested BGG complexity
Let me see if I
rating.
can I guess based off of the weight, because I've been looking at some weights lately. Is this Scholars?
Yeah, Scholars is not on my top 100.
It's not. Okay.
No.
That's right. You only have a single game.
Well,
single
what it
Shem
is
Phillips game on your top 100, right?
Yeah, I only have good games on my top 100 is what it is,
Come on, man. What a list.
I mean, listen,
right,
Scholars is the second best of that trilogy for what it's worth. My heaviest game on my list coming in at scroll. I don't know. This is
Riveting.
Nucleum with the
Really?
yes. The
That
fact
makes
that,
me happy, dude.
yeah, it's ranked 62, which might not make you quite as happy.
Oh, okay. I forgot that this had nothing to do with its rank.
Right, yes. It's
just the
quite
weight.
simply the heaviest game, yeah.
Idiot. Yeah.
If this isn't your pick, then yours must be Inventors, if Inventors made your top 100.
And my heaviest game, Inventors of the South Tiger. Yeah, 4.44, baby.
Oh, and it feels like
Yeah. Yeah, it's heavy.
I'll say this.
Although
I think it's 4.44 for the sake of being freaking 4.44. That's what it feels like.
Now, this is sort of weird, but Inventors does not feel that heavy to me. Now, complexity ratings for people's votes, this is a weird thing. Kirsten and I were actually kind of talking about this because, like, how difficult a game is to manage is not necessarily the same as, like, how hard it is to do well at it. If you know what I mean? Like, take Barrage. Barrage, to me, is a weird, heavy game to wrap your mind around. I feel like that's heavier than Inventors. Inventors, it's kind of like viticulture you're describing. It's very procedural. You have to do this thing to then do this thing to then do this thing. Like, yes, there are a ton of things going on to, like, keep track of, but it doesn't necessarily, like, it's a little bit easier to play the game and stay alive than it is to do something like Barrage or maybe Nucleum. Those I feel like are much more, like, abstract and trying to figure out just what the heck you're supposed to even do to, like, get points at all, you know? That's my spiel.
This could be a very long conversation, so I we shouldn't get into it too much.
We should
I'll
not.
just say that complexity is very, very subjective, and obviously there's different types of complexity. But for me, the type that is just rules heavy and mechanism heavy and very intricately, like, combined, which is, for me, that's exactly what Inventors is. That for me is what makes a game difficult. There's another one I've played, Sankori, The Pride of Mansa Musa, which is 4.24. And again, it feels like the same thing. It's like to me, it feels so much more difficult than Barrage because there's just so many more rules and icons and combined mechanisms and all this stuff. And so for me, that's what makes a game heavy. Yeah. I understand that Barrage is heavy from a different perspective, but it doesn't feel like it to me. So.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, now for our lightest game. I took the liberty of putting down 2, and I'll explain why. So the lightest game that is on my top 100 is King Domino. King Domino is a weird one. Rank 97. This was I don't get these very often, partially because we kind of have to do lots of lists for this to happen. This is a return to my top 100. So this was on my top 100 of 2023. It disappeared for 2024, and then it reemerged from the dead.
Interesting.
At rank 97.
Back from the dead.
Yeah. Which is, so I just gave it points according to its position. Like, I didn't try to figure out like where it would have been for it to move up.
For sure. Yeah.
That's just complicated because it's not like we keep track of all the games and we have a master list of points. We just do pub meeple and then go from there. So the data is going to be a little bit weird. Anyway, it is a weight of 1.24, little tiny game. But I did just want to give an honorable mention to Vegetable Stock, which was it is like 108 or something like that. So it was just shy of making it to the top 100. That is 1.05. That's probably the closest game to 1.0 that I've ever played.
So your honorable mention was really for King Domino then, right?
No, well, King Domino is the one that's actually on the list. If we're saying for a top 100, the lightest game is King Domino.
Yeah, okay.
I just wanted to say Vegetable Stock because it was even lighter and it was close.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think.
And you know what?
What?
I was just gonna say. I feel like we should also present the range of our games because it's quick little math. So my heaviest was a 4.44. My lightest now is a 1.24. So I have a 3.2 weight range for my games. There you go.
That's funny. Mine will be easy because my Nucleum was 4.19 and my lightest is 1.19.
So
it's exactly
a 3-point swing.
Yeah.
Look at
this
that.
Is Dixit.
Okay.
Dixit this is a game. I don't know if you've played this actually. Have you played Dixit, Cody?
I own it, my dude. I got it at a thrift store for like $5, brand new actually.
I'm guessing you haven't played it then, at least not just.
I've played it, my dude. I've played. Actually, you know what? I've played it 2 times. It was when my family was over, like over December. We played it with them 2 games.
What are your thoughts on it?
There was a weird game night way back in the day when I was like still at the college group, like in Salem, and we had like a game night with like Chris, Alex, you, me. It was at my parents' house, and you brought Dixit, is what I remember.
Oh, dang, I do remember that.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
Anyway, I like it. Obviously, it's better with like multiple people.
For sure.
Yeah, like the more you have is just more interesting that way. But yeah, it's such an interesting thing to try to play everyone else to where the harder you make your prompt to guess, like you run the risk of no one getting it and then you get no points. But if you can ride that little line, you get it perfect, then you can get some points and other people get fewer points. Yeah, it's just a clever idea. It did not make my top 100. Definitely like just shy of the list though, I would say. Those are my thoughts.
It's barely hanging on for me. It's at 95. But it's this one that I could see kind of makes it onto the list every year, but kind of stays in the same spot, you know, where it's like,
yeah,
it's a game. It's just kind of feels like it's a very different game, right? You can't compare this to a heavy Euro, right? Like it's just, you can't really compare them, right?
Yeah.
But it's still so enjoyable, and it fills this niche in my collection, right? Of games that can be taught to people who have never played a board game in their life, right? And it's really not that complex, but it can be so interesting, right? It can create interesting discussions, or especially because you have this weird art that you're saying clues for, and it kind of like after every round it strikes up a conversation about why somebody picked a piece of art or why they gave a certain clue. So it's just really, the art is what makes it is the game, right? So yeah, it's very interesting.
It is, yeah, totally. And you can use those cards for Mysterium if you really want to.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. I forget where are we at, bro? Is it my turn to introduce or your turn?
I think it's my turn now, and we're going to be talking about from our top 10 new. New to the top 100, right? So our top 10 new entries to the top 100. We're going to be talking average rank and average weight.
What?
not be saying what the games are because we are going to do our top 10 games of 2025 in the next episode. So that would be a major spoiler for that, I guess. But
Okay.
talking average rank, Cody. With well, okay, so this is really weird because my number 10, I won't say what it is, but it highly skews both of my statistics.
Okay.
So my average rank is 414.7. And when we say rank, of course, we're talking about the average rank according to BGG.
Well, that's not the average.
I mean, I'm taking the ranks from BGG and then averaging them.
Oh, that's what we did? Bro, I thought you meant like... so you misinterpreted what I meant. I meant let's figure out who had the better performing year in terms of where we placed our top 10 new.
Okay. Well, we have two very different stats.
I was like 414. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
Okay, so my own personal little category here. I did average rank for these top 10 games that I played.
Okay.
And yeah, that average rank was 414.7. It would be, so this last game is ranked in the 2000s, and so that skewed it from 217.7 out to 414.7.
All right. Yeah. Hey, this isn't super, this should be pretty quick. Just figure out, look at your top 10 news, add up the ranks, divide by 10.
All right, we can cut this.
Give me those,
because they'll take a second.
Give me those stats.
All right, welcome back. And I did some quick maths so that I can have Cody's stat as well. So these top 10 new games to my top 100, their average rank on my top 100 is 27.5.
Ah, okay. So this means you had a slightly better year than I did, at least for top 10.
Baby.
Because my average rank is 28.9. Very close, though.
That's very close. Wow. That's within 2 points. Dang. Within 3.
So what did you already say what your weight is?
No. So my average weight is 3.4. So actually skewing quite heavy, in my opinion.
Weird. Okay. So here's what's weird for mine. For the top 10, I had exactly 3.0 for average weight. However, if you consider the top 5 new plays, it'd be 3.75.
All right, brag about it, brother.
I'm definitely leaning towards the heavies.
You did the top 10 and you're like, that's not impressive enough. Those top 5 look pretty heavy, though.
Well, no, I started from the top as the thing, and I was like, 3.71, 3.7, 4.2. And I was like, wait, no. 2.4?
So you are very biased towards heavy games, sounds like. Interesting.
It seems like it. That's why I figured out, or did I? I don't know. I forgot to mention this, but I figured out the weight, the average weight of my top 10 games. I don't know if you happen to have those stats on hand. Okay, well, never mind. I guess we should roll to the next thing because this is going to be a long podcast already.
Baby.
All right. Favorite game that we did not table in 2025, aka your highest rated game that you did not play in 2025. Mine is it's a double surprise a little bit. This is Nucleum, but it's at rank 3. It's at rank 3 because it got displaced by a different game for rank 2. I guess we didn't think about talking about that. I don't know if that's something we want to get into, of just mentioning like what our top 10 looks like now for the year, or maybe our top 5 or something. But anyway, Nucleum I did not play in 2025, and I own it, which is kind of sad.
Well, it's a hard one to table, that's for sure.
It is, yeah. And there's expansions, lots of expansions out for it now.
So what's funny, and I love this category because this is a game that has staying power, right? It's a game that you can go the whole year without playing, and it's still in your top 100.
Yeah, that's
the funny
impressive
thing, especially with you at number 3. Mine's also at number 3.
Whoa!
This is Terra Mystica. Did not table it in 2025, but dang, is it such a good? It's such a good game, man. I just can't. I want to table it again so bad, but I'm also afraid. I've played it 4 or 5 times, and I'm afraid that I've built it up in my memory so much that I might be disappointed by my next play of it. I'm not sure, but I think it's just a brilliant game. I love it so much.
It is now an appropriate time to maybe just do a quick little like what happened in your top 10. That's more kind of what I'm curious about. Were there any weird changes, anything move around, any new games? Is that worth discussing?
I mean, why don't you go first then, so you can set the pace for what you mean?
Okay, sure. So for my top 10, the big surprise of the year is we have a new contender for number 2. So if I look at the history of my number 2 game, oh, wow. Bro, I was such a lost soul in 2022.
Why is that?
My number 2 in 2022 was Everdell. It's a don't get me wrong. It's a good game, but it is now 41.
Yeah.
Now 41 on my list. That's
hasn't
dropped.
been on my top 100 in a couple of years, I don't think.
Yeah. Let's see. So Scythe was number 1 for most years. Scythe became number 2. No, Scythe stayed Scythe has always been number 1.
Okay.
Brass Birmingham was number 2 for a little bit. Brass Birmingham got replaced by Nucleum last year. So Nucleum was slot number 2, and then Brass was number 3. So that's the lineup we're looking at. Brass got bumped down to number 7.
Oh, dang.
Nucleum got bumped down to number 3. Another Stonemeyer game has taken the place of number 2. This is one you introduced me to. Tapestry is now my number 2.
How many times have you played Tapestry this year?
I have the stats for that actually ready right here. Where did I put that?
Flip.
Oh, did I move it from somewhere else? 61 plays of Tapestry this year.
Most of them solo, but
dude.
Still.
Oh, okay, yeah, vast majority of them. So I can just crank it out. I sit there, Board Game Arena. They have the modified civilizations and everything. Anyway, okay, so that was kind of the weird thing. Gloomhaven moving up, that's new to the top 10, and Revive is new to the top 10. So I have 2 news to the top 10 and some very weird, funky things going on with kind of like the top 5 or so.
Yeah.
So that's just what I wanted to say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dramatic changes for me. The only new in my top 10 was Darwin's Journey, but that's not true. There's another one, but I won't mention it right now.
Well, rank 4 though, a new game landing at rank 4 is pretty crazy.
Yes,
just say that.
Yes, it is. But almost what's even crazier is Ark Nova jumping back up to seat number 5 because it was 14 in 2024, and 12 the year before that. So it was kind of locked in as like a really good game, but not one of my all-time favorites. And Anna and I have just played it so much. That's part of the thing. Just looking at my stats, I've played Ark Nova 25 times now, which if you do the math is like probably like 4 days of playing a game.
But how many of those were on BGA? Because we've knocked it out
quite
a few times.
You and I have played it. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 6 times. You and I have played it this year on BGA 6 times.
Dang.
And Anna and I tabled it a few times too. So, but I just love it. And so it was kind of surprising to see it shoot back up into the top 10.
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest change for me. Yep. My number 1 and my number 2 are still solidly Gloomhaven and Dune Imperium. Like those didn't budge, and we'll see what happens next year. We'll see what happens over the course of the year, but those are locked in pretty solidly.
Well, I don't think anything got like bumped out of my top 10. Well, no, if Gloomhaven and Revive are new, then some things had to get bumped out.
Some things definitely did.
Champions.
Castles of Burgundy dropped out. It's sitting at 11 now.
Ooh, Viticulture fell out. It's at 16 now. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Anyway.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Cody, let's talk about our Black Sheep.
Yes. I wasn't really sure how to approach this when you presented it to me, but I actually figured out pretty quickly what my Black Sheep is.
I didn't know how to approach it either.
But you're introing the segment.
But I was just thinking like kind of open format, whatever you feel like fits into the vibe of your list the least, right? Let's spotlight that game for somehow capturing your attention and making it onto your list, even though it's not the type of game that you normally play, basically. So
Yep.
for me, this is a cooperative, limited communication deduction game. And no, it is not The Crew. But it does give
Okay,
Crew. It does give
okay.
Crew vibes, obviously, because that's kind of where The Crew falls.
Oh, I know what this is.
What is this, Cody?
I think. Is this The Mind?
Not a game. No, it's not
You
The
didn't
Mind.
put The Mind on?
It's not.
All right. The Mind did not make my top 100 either, but okay.
Well, that's because you're a person. Bomb Busters. I don't think you've played Bomb Busters.
Buster. No,
Bomb
I've not. I
Busters
know
is-
I know it's the new hot game though.
It kind of is. I believe it did it win the Spiel? I think it won the Spiel this last year.
It got something. Yeah. Yeah, 2025 Spiel.
It 100% deserves it. I have it sitting at 63 because, it's not my favorite type of game, but for what it is, it's just absolutely brilliant. And it's basically just trying to, you have a bunch of tiles in front of you. There's like 4 of each number, 1 through 12, and they're dealt out amongst the players. And you are literally trying to pinpoint. You can't see the other players' tiles. They're, the backs of them are all facing each other on these little stands. And you're trying to pinpoint where numbers are on other people's boards, basically. It would take a lot more explanation to explain why that works so well, but it really does. And this is not the kind of game that if I read the description or heard someone describe it, I would run out and go buy it because it sounded amazing, because it really doesn't. It sounds boring. And there's really no way to explain it that doesn't make it sound boring, but it is what it does. It is brilliant. And I definitely will own this in the future. I don't own this right now, but it's definitely something I'll acquire in the future.
Community says best at 4, so that makes me
For
sad.
sure. I agree. I've played it at 2, 3, and 4, and I definitely like it best at 4.
Well, that's definitely a vote of confidence for it. I would like to give it a shot. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Mine is one that you have played. And this Black Sheep is barely hanging on. This is sitting at number 99, my dude. It almost fell off this year. Not because it's a bad game, but just because it's different. And I'm going to hold on to it. I still own it.
It's not new to your list then, the way you're describing it?
This is not new to my list. Let's see. It went down 15 places, but for adjusted change, it went up 10. It went up 10 to sit at 99.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's where our system starts to break a little bit. It's like, wait, it moved up 10 spaces, but yeah. Do you have a guess? This is also a deduction game.
Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective?
Yeah, that right you are, my
Really?
dude. Sherlock Holmes.
Dang.
Yeah. It's
You know what, Cody? I don't know if you know this. Also a Spiel winner.
Sherlock Holmes won the Spiel? What Spiel?
1985, I think?
They were doing the Spiel in the 80s?
That's when they started it. This was like the third or fourth game to get it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
To be fair,
Well,
not a lot of
this game is
competition
from-
back then, so
That's true.
probably explains why it got it.
Well, 1981 is the game, and there are other versions of this. This is just a satisfying old game. Like, I would not consider this a board game because it's not really a board game. That's why it's the Black Sheep. But it's just a really satisfying group experience to like sit down. Like what was the app based game we would play? That we did a couple. Well, maybe we didn't actually play it with you. I know you and Anna played it a bit, and then Kirsten and I owned it for a bit. The mystery solving game. You guys got rid of it.
Oh, Chronicles of Crime. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Chronicles of Crime. Yeah. I feel like those are most mystery games where it's like you just kind of get the clues and stuff. This one, the game just says, all right, here's some stuff. Now see how many, can you figure it out quicker than Sherlock did? And we won't even tell you how many moves it took Sherlock did. And you just have to read through articles, basically, and look at a map and just it feels like a very close simulation of actually trying to solve a crime. I know obviously it's not, but
that
cool.
is what
really
they're
cool.
trying to do, basically. It's really not, like you said, it's really not a board game. It's a deduction puzzle activity. Yeah.
But I just think it's really well implemented. And there's 10 cases in that box. I think we've only gone through maybe like 5 of them. Kirsten and I never play them, just her and I. Like, we'll pull them out like with family or just like random events. So it's like we slowly cook through them.
Have you ever like successfully done one? Because like the goal is to like do it faster than Sherlock Holmes, right?
We've certainly never beaten Sherlock Holmes.
It's really hard.
It is really hard. We've at least gotten like with some of the earlier games, like maybe all of the right things or most of the right answers, because there's like who did the thing, and then there's like a series of other questions that you can like try to say. But anyway, that's my black sheep. I would like to go on talking about it, but we actually have to go on
we must.
with the show. Most surprised it's on the list. Now, Nate, this was your idea, and I think this is sort of a weird one to include because you could just default and say number 100 was the one you're most surprised is on the list, but I tried to approach this with more nuance. I ended up with my number 97, which I've already mentioned, and I've already mentioned why actually this is a surprise. It's King Domino, and I'm surprised because it returned to the list. It once was on the list and disappeared and came back, and that's why I'm surprised. Nate, obviously you had a more interesting approach to this in the back of your mind, so tell me.
Mine is my number 81, and this is a game I haven't played in probably at least 3 years, I would say, and that's why it's the one that I'm most surprised. I'm like, why is this still hanging on? This is Lost Cities, and the reason it's hanging on is because it's a Knizia design and it's it's genius. And I do really love it, but again, I wonder if I have my rose-tinted glasses on, right? Because I haven't played it in a few years, and so I, right? Like I haven't experienced it again after how I've changed and everything. But I mean, Lost Cities is really, it's a very brilliant kind of mathy head-to-head not battling, but kind of lane battler in a way, I guess. And it's just, I mean, it's a numbers game, but it's just so brilliant. Big time hand management game, and how soon do you commit to something? And yeah, I just love it. It's very much, if for those listening, if you like Battle Line or Shot and Totten, it's it's very similar to those kinds of games, but even better, cleaner, I would say. So
now, did we play Lost Cities or Lost Cities the board game? Because I know I've played one of them with you, but I don't even remember
just
which one
Lost
it was.
Cities. Yeah, Lost Cities the board game is. I think it's basically a mock-up of a game called Keltis. That's a whole thing. I don't know the history about it. It's way before my time, so I don't know. But yeah, you and I have played just Lost Cities. I'm looking forward to
Lost Cities, the board game, the card game, Duel, revised edition.
I'm not.
Looking forward to that from Knizia. Okay.
All right, moving on. We've got, I don't know what I called it, but for you, I wrote least likely to succeed. I was kind of taking your senior class, like class clown is kind of the biggest surprise, and then we've got least likely to be successful. Basically, the game you don't expect to be on your top 100. Actually, next year.
I realized I was slamming you for your topic idea for the previous one. I actually meant it for this one. This is the one that's like, it's just your top one. It's your number 100, because of course it's the least likely to make the top 2020.
Mine's
2026.
Mine's not.
Well, mine's not either, because I approached it with nuance.
So did I. So here's what I did. Mine's my number 86, which is a game called Explorers of Navoria. This is a game I only played once this year. I played it quite a while ago, and I remember enjoying it, but for the life of me, I can't remember a single thing about the dang game. So that's why it fell so low, but I know I liked it, so it still kind of stayed on the list, but I know I'm not going to play it again, so by this time next year, I'll have forgotten about the game entirely. It won't even be in the running, I'm certain. So,
well, do you know who designed it, Nate?
No.
Meng Chunlin.
Ah, that explains it. I'm just kidding.
Bet you didn't see that coming. This looks very like Root-esque. Who's this published by?
No, it's not Leader Games. This is a big time card drafting, tableau building game. But like I said, I'm having to look at the pictures to jog my memory, and I can't really explain it, to be honest. So it was a very good production, and it was a solid game, and I really did enjoy it. I just don't really have a desire to play it again, and I know that I won't, so I just know it's not going to be on my top 100 next year.
Well, Nate, I'm about to make you sad.
Yeah,
You ready for this? It's not going to be a surprise, but you're going to be sad, probably. The game that I'm predicting is the least likely to make my top 100 is it's ranked 95. This is an Italian game. Good old Luciani. We've got ourselves Lorenzo Il Magnifico. And do you want to know the only reason it's not Marco Polo?
Because Marco Polo's 94?
Because Marco Polo is not in my top 100, my friend.
Oh, really?
That's why.
Holy crap. See, this is a really big disparity between us, these two games, because these two I both love. Lorenzo's in my top 10. Marco Polo's in my top 20, I think. And you have no love for either of them.
Not particular. I don't know why necessarily. And here's the thing. Like, Simone Luciani, he's got some big hitters for me. Like Darwin's Journey, I enjoyed. Barrage, I
Nucleum.
love. Nucleum. What else has this kid done?
What you should do, Cody, on your own time. Here's your homework.
Oh, Zolkin. He did. Zolkin's good
also.
too. But yeah, what you got?
Here's your homework. Go through and look, because pretty much all of these are co-designs. Go through and look at the other people he co-designed with and look at their games and see if there's one or two of them that constantly hits for you and you don't have the misses on. That would be an interesting...
That's the thing. It's like I'm looking at it right now. Barrage, he did with Tommaso Battista. Nucleum, he did with David Terzi. Darwin's Journey with Nestor Magnon.
Well, so David
Zolkin
Terzi
was with
might
Danielle
look
Ticini.
into more because he did Anachrony.
He's Anachrony, isn't he?
Yeah.
That I at least know. But no, it's pretty varied. So he is at least the common denominator for all of those. But anyway, yeah. Lorenzo, like I'll play it again, my dude. And I like good old resource management, but there's a certain tipping point where the euro becomes €2, and I'm just like, when you're fighting the game to be able to do anything, that's when I'm not having fun.
I think it just varies from game to game. I think Lorenzo, the experience you have in Lorenzo is very swingy. I think in the same way that Tapestry is. If you just play Tapestry once, you might have a really bad experience. But if you play it 5 or 10 times, you'll start to see that while there are some low lows, there are some very high highs. And when you have a high game, it's like riding a wave of endorphins. It's just
of points.
Yeah, basically. Because that's how it is. I mean, you have to know going into Lorenzo that there's luck and it's swingy and it's wacky and the combos are crazy. And if you don't get the combos and somebody else's, you start to get a little jealous. So that's how it is.
All right. Well, I'm issuing you a challenge that I hope you don't take too seriously, which is let's see if you can keep this on my top 100. Because listeners, Nate and I alternate who proposes which game we play on Board Game Arena. And I'm never going to pick this one, but Nate, you are welcome to pick Lorenzo anytime you want. And I'll keep giving it a shot, all right?
Good to know. Good to know.
Yep. All right. Well, now is time for the data regurgitation section, which, yes, that's what we've basically been doing this whole time. If this was not dry enough for you, now is time for even more dryness. Now is time for Sahara. Bring in Matthew McConaughey and Steve Zahn. They will help us out for this.
All right, let's get through these, baby.
All right, number of plays, Nate. How many plays did you get in this year?
So a couple stats here, right? I like to separate my total plays and then my total physical plays because I find that physical is a little bit more impressive than including digitals. But my grand total...
I do not have those stats, but I'll take yours.
My grand total physical and digital plays is 692.
That's pretty good.
Looking at just physical, I almost clocked one game a day, Cody, 359.
Wow. Well played, dude. Literally. That's good. So about half of your plays-ish, then? A little over half? No.
Less.
Almost exactly half.
A little less, yeah.
A little less, yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I had 459 plays, so about 2/3-ish, what you rocked. I did not figure out what was digital, but I do know that just from 2 games alone, I had 227 plays.
Tapestry and Wingspan.
No, Dominion and Tapestry. But add Wingspan to the mix and probably all the virtual games you and I have been playing, probably well over half are all digital plays for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Dominion was really low for me this year.
Really?
I'm not sure how many times I played it, but like I was playing it quite a bit towards the beginning of the year, but I know towards the end of the year, I was not playing it nearly as much. So,
well, I guess I'll just go KD ratio time, kill death, how many wins, how many losses. I had 227 wins to 230 losses. So a 0.99 kill death ratio over here to win loss. A little bit lower than last year. I was over 1. And you math whizzes out there, yes, 227 plus 230 equals 457, which is 2 less. And that's because I did not record a win or a loss for the Stronghold game that you and I played, Nate, just because we realized halfway through that we were playing it very wrong.
Yeah.
And I think there was something else. I think maybe I started a game with Kirsten that we didn't finish it or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah. All right. So what's your KD? Did you beat me?
I actually didn't do the math again, so you can do it. Total plays, 692, and my wins was 282. So this was probably, it's less than 3-1. It's probably like 2.7 to 1 or something, 2.6 to 1.
0.68 or 0.69 is your KD, your win-loss ratio.
Significantly less. I wonder what our personal you versus me, what our who's won the most. But I don't have.
I've wondered this many times, and I keep meaning to like bring this up potentially as like a podcast question or something. Maybe now is the time since you mentioned it, Nate. Who do you think wins more games when we play each other?
In grand total, I'm fairly confident you probably have like a 65-35 or 60-40 lead on me.
Whoa.
Percentage-wise. I think you win 60%.
I feel like it's hard to... Okay. I mean, I don't mind that. But it's sort of weird, though. It seems like we'll go through swings where on BGA, I feel like you win like 5 or 6 games in a row, and I'm just like, ugh. And then I'll win like 5 or 6 games in a row. It's just kind of funny how that works. And there's specific games that we just like almost never beat the other person at, which is kind of fun.
For sure.
Because when you're getting kind of tired of a streak, you're like, all right, let's pull this one up. And
time to play Revive again.
Yeah.
All righty, what's next?
Except I love it, so there's that. All right. Next we have, how many unique games did you play between those 459 plays? Ooh, I guess we could even divide and see what was your average number per game then. But yeah, I had 84 unique games that I played.
Okay.
That means 459 divided by what I say, 84. So an average of 5.5 plays per game. Although let's be honest,
5.5
166 of those were Dominion, so that skews the average a little bit.
Let's see here. So my grand total was 692 divided by 190. So that's an average of 3.6.
3.6. So you've got a better spread for sure.
I also want to say, I just want to shout out. So probably the game you played most this year, but the game I played, this isn't one of our stats we're going to talk about later, is it? The game I played most this year? I don't think so.
Game I played. It is actually, but I've ruined it because I've already said it like twice at this point.
Okay. Well, I won't say my number one, but I do find it interesting that my number 2 is actually Bomb Busters with 17 plays in 2025.
Really?
Yes.
Well, maybe I should like fix mine because my most played game is Dominion. That's because I played it digitally. I did not play it a single time physically, but I did play it 166 times on my phone, and then I played Tapestry 61 times online. But I forgot that last year I actually figured out like what the physical game is that I played the most. I don't know. Honestly, one of the winners is probably Harmonies right now. We've cranked that sucker out quite a few
Wow.
times.
Interesting.
Just like over Christmas.
Where did it hit on your top hundo?
Well, after playing it, like I've played it out a little bit at this point. I'm still happy to play it, but it's really exciting, at least for me, the first few plays. But then it starts not offering any newness is the thing. But it landed at 42 for me.
Nice. For such a
Still pretty
simple
good.
game, that's pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. I also just want to get a
and
real quick dual shout out.
Oh.
Also with 17
Yeah.
plays is a game that I rate a 10 out of 10.
Whoa.
Viking Seesaw. Not on my top 100 because it's not a game
Of
that I
course it
can
is.
compare to other games, but I did play it 17 times this year. So
Wow. Well, you know what? Because of Let's Fail, I've gotten a lot of plays of Gloomhaven in, so I guess that's worth saying too. Because we've done, 17 episodes now? Average of maybe 1.5
right.
sessions per.
Yeah.
So 17 times 1.5, 25 plays. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's significant. I wanted to throw in there, I actually wrote down like some of my stats for the previous year, just for comparing. So I played 84 unique games this year versus 62 last year. So I am increasing how many new games I am playing. There you go.
Yeah, baby. Dipping his toes back
Yeah.
into the hobby.
Here it comes.
All right. What's next
And
on
now
the list?
Nate. Number of new plays. 38 for me versus 29 last year. So that's how many news I have.
Versus last year. Hit me with the versus last year. Let's see here.
Whoa.
Last year, I had 123 new plays. Stepped it down a little bit this year to 108 games that I learned this year.
Got to keep it above 100 though. You think you can keep that up for 2026?
This year's
You
going to
got
be a lot harder.
Some new life happen in 2026. That's going to be interesting.
We will see.
Yeah.
I've only learned one so far, so not off to a great start.
I don't think I've learned any new games this year so far.
Well, staying ahead of you is really my only goal. So
Easy to do. All right. What's our next thing?
number of new games to the list. Mm-hmm. So number of new games that entered our top 100. For me, this is a grand
Yes.
total of 31. So almost a third of my list was replaced with new games. And that is, I'm just going to double up on a couple stats here. That is 26% of the new games that I learned. So 26% of the new games that I learned this year made it onto
Interesting.
my top 100. And it's actually not, 3 of those were, let's see, number of news to the list is 31, but only 28 of them were games that I actually learned this year. So that's where the 26% is coming from. 3 of those games I did not learn this year, but they were new to the top 100 this year.
Okay, I got you. Mine, so I have 25 new plays or new games added to the list versus 18 last year. So a quarter of my list was replaced with new games. Mm-hmm. So less than you, but I have a better percentage because
for sure.
66% of my new games that I played entered the list, which in itself is an increase because it was 62% for me last year.
Hey, keep upping
so
that
this
number.
means definitively I'm playing proportionally new, better games than you are, I guess.
I agree. However, I'll push back a little bit in saying that most of the games I play, I go to somebody else's house and they teach me new games. So they're not; these aren't like most of the games that I purchased.
Yeah, they're not voluntary. I got you. Yeah. And then here's what's fun for me. You then pass the good ones off to me, so I kind of have it a little bit easier probably
I'm distilling
from all
for you.
those. Yeah. All right. Well, we already talked. The last thing I had was most played game. I already said Dominion 166,
Yeah,
Tapestry 61, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure what my physical one is.
Yeah, so physically for me is actually what I said earlier, which is both Bomb Busters and Viking Seesaw with 17, and honorable mention with 16 plays this year to Heat, Pedal to the Metal. But the far and away the winner with 32 plays, Cody, Gloomhaven. Mostly digital there. I think I played it twice physically
go.
this year. So I think you and I have played 30 scenarios digitally.
Really? 30?
I think
Wow.
so.
I feel like the math did not check out according to the math that I did. We probably had more scenarios, more sessions where we did 2 games,
We must
not
have.
just one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, we're getting close to the end. Why don't you hit us off with our next new section?
Our next new section is our first mini list. And we are going to be talking about the games that dropped the most. Again, we're looking at adjusted change. So not just how many spots did they fall, but how many spots did they fall, and then also adding in the new games that came in above them. Well, I guess that makes the drop not as bad, right? Because if you're saying something dropped 30 spots, but 10 of the games that came in, that 10 of the games above it are brand new, then it kind of only dropped 20.
Yeah, so we're helping them out a little bit. And
Yes.
I went 3-2-1 style on this. I'm
Of
assuming you
course.
did the same.
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course.
All right. Well, why don't you start us off with
So-
your number 3?
My third most dropped is not actually a game, Cody. It's a game system.
What?
It's the Nintendo N64. No, I'm just kidding. It's
Xbox.
this is the Unmatched series. So Unmatched, I really appreciate. It's actually sitting. Dang, is that right? I wrote 92. Is that really where it's at? Quick check.
Wow.
Yes, it is at 92 currently. I think Unmatched is brilliant, but I don't love tactical games. So I love the card play element of this head-to-head battle, clever card play. I love that. I don't like games that are really tactical. I think Battle Lore, War Chest, stuff like that. I'm just really sucky at them. And so I lose a lot at Unmatched, which is not why it's not why it's dropped, simply because I'm losing, but simply because it's just not the type of game that I truly love, right? It's not what really gets me going, as it were.
Yeah, I get that.
But that being said, I really love the system. The card play's brilliant, and the fact that you can mix and match characters from all sets, right? I mean, I've played Buffy against Tesla. I've played Robin Hood against the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. Like, you can do crazy stuff, right? And that's part of the fun. So.
I want to give that a shot now. That's something I've heard very, very little about, never dipped my toes in.
I think you would like it. I think
know-
Kirsten would not, would be my assumption. But you and I would probably have a lot of fun playing it.
Do you own any of them?
I do.
Didn't you have Cobble and Fog?
No, Cobble and Fog is probably my favorite set, but I own Slings and Arrows, which is the Shakespeare set. So it's got, well, Shakespeare himself is a character, and then it's got the fairy from Midsummer's Eve or whatever, and then it's got Macbeth, and I can't remember, somebody else. The 3 witches from Othello, I think, or something.
Can you do Mel Gibson's Hamlet? Because playing as Mel Gibson would be fun.
Yeah. Freedom!
Okay, cool.
Okay, go ahead.
He doesn't say that, but nice try.
Oh, I thought he did.
Hamlet doesn't. He's just kind of depressed and stuff. Anyway, my number 3 is a game that made me sad that it dropped this much. That just kind of happens sometimes, and you don't want it to happen that way. Like, the games that drop, they should just drop because they earned it. You know, they just have to drop. But I was sad that this one went down because I bought this. It was hard to find. I found it on eBay finally. I got me a copy, and I played it, and I enjoyed it. And then, I don't know, it just kind of died on me, and I the more I played it, I realized that it actually wasn't that incredible of a game. And that game is Heaven and Ale. Heaven and Ale by Michael Kiesling?
Aerosmith.
No.
Oh.
No, Michael Keating. Yeah, it is Michael Kiesling. I almost said I was like, did I mix that up with Michael Keaton? No, that's the other
this
Michael.
This is Kiesling from the legendary Kiesling and Kramer.
Yes, there you go. That's him.
He also did Azul, right? Just him. He did Azul, I think.
I think you're right. Now that you say that, yes, he did. I kind of miss this game, and it's hard because it's out of print and it's kind of expensive. You're trying to buy it on eBay. But it also dropped. It's just, I don't know. It's a game that I wish was better than it was, but it boils down to being very mathy and being difficult to actually make work, which is a little bit frustrating. I love the idea of it.
I don't think Heaven and Ale's a bad game, but I think I don't like it enough after the 1 or 2 times I played it. But I think if I was locked in a cabin with only a few games, I think I would really appreciate it for what it was. But just being exposed to so many other things that I like so much more, I just have no interest in playing it again. So,
yeah. Well,
all right, my number 2.
That's that.
Is a game you have not played. It's one I've wanted to play with you, but it just hasn't really happened yet. Anna and I have played it a handful of times. It's from one of my favorite designers, Alexander Pfister. And the game is brilliant, but it has its drawbacks, one of which being that I just think about Great Western Trail while I'm playing it, and I want to play that instead. But also the production is pitifully bad. The graphic design and the art are both kind of abysmal on this one. This is Maracaibo. Maracaibo needs a second edition pretty badly. I want to say it's from... Let me check. I want to say it's from 2018, but it's probably even more recent than that because 2019 and it looks like it's from 2006. It's incredibly ugly, but it's a fun rondel sailing around, playing lots of cards, having interactions with different things on the board, and trying to upgrade your player board, taking discs off to try and upgrade different abilities. It's really, really smart. It's just so ugly and a little clunky. It needs a second edition very badly, and I think a second edition would do really well because I mean it's loved highly. I mean it's ranked 85 overall on BGG, and it deserves it, but it feels dated. So, but yeah, I still enjoy it, but it's dropped. It's sitting at what have I got here? 71 for me, and it might fall off next year, honestly.
I just had a funny little experience here. I was like, bruh, I need to play me some more Pfister games because I like Great Western Trail. New Zealand was good too. I saw that he did Isle of Skye. I was like, I need to get some more Pfister games. I realized, oh wait, I have Cloud Age sitting on my shelf I need to learn. So there you go. Already on it.
And Broom Service, bro. He did Broom Service too.
Did he now? Okay.
With who was it? Andreas Pelikan, I think. I want to give credit to the other guy because both Isle of Skye and Broom Service were not just Alexander Pfister, and those are definitely very different games from his other heavy Euros. So I think it's more the other designer's kind of dream, and he helped it happen. But anyways,
I think next year we need to go even more hardcore and actually figure out like the most represented designers and like their like the best rated designer on our list because that'd be kind of cool too.
We actually did that on an episode a year or so ago, but.
Well, we need to do it again, bro.
I'm down. I'm diggy down. What's your number 2?
I'm diggy down for my number 2, which is a game that, unlike Heaven and Ale, I do still own and I plan on keeping. So this is a weird combo of that. I am never going to get rid of this game, and yet it fell 35 adjusted places, which means practically, let me see here. It actually... In terms of where it was last year, it actually fell 56 places. Just 35 because of all the news that came above it. No, Everdell did its fall already, I think. Okay. Although it did fall 13 more places this year. On its way out. This is a game that I don't think I got any plays in this year. But when I first played it, I got a bunch of plays in. Fantasy Realms, my dude.
Ooh. Why aren't you playing it anymore, bro? You just played it out?
I think I played it out a bit, but here's the thing. It's been long enough. I need to play it again, and maybe it will like reclimb the ladder.
Cody?
Maybe some more expansions for it, too.
Bring it with you in spring. We'll play it.
Really? All right. Do you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to pull up our handy-dandy document, because I 100% will forget the words that you just said. Where is it? Where's the document, Nate?
I deleted it when you said you were going to write it down. So.
Oh, there we go. You didn't beat me this time because it stays in the trash for 30 days, my dude. Didn't you know that? Haven't you used Google Suite?
Ooh. All right, are you going to talk about Fantasy Realms anymore, or should I just do my number 1?
Fantasy Realms. It's it's a game where you collect cards and you try to swap them out. Almost Golf Pro style, but much, much more interesting. And they all score off of each other and do cool things. And whoever gets the best scoring hand at the end of the game wins.
I do like the player determined end game trigger. That's my favorite part of that game.
Yeah, that's fun too.
All right, my number one I
Number
already
one.
spoiled
Hit
earlier
us.
because it is also the one that had the least points. This dropped. This dropped adjusted. It dropped 34 spaces, sitting at 88 viticulture, and that's all I'll say because we're going long, and I already talked about it. It sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't suck.
Well,
it kind of does.
My did we do least points? We did do least points.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep.
Well, the same for me. Also dropped just as much. Evacuation. Adjusted 42 spaces. Unadjusted, it fell 63 places, which is very sad.
Dang.
And
Precipitous.
it is on. It's on the to sell pile. So that's
Honestly.
if you need anything else to know.
Wait, how many spaces did it fall? 63?
63, but it was 42
Yeah.
adjusted.
That's funny. Viticulture fell 63 places. That's hilarious.
What?
And
how about adjusted?
and your evacuation is 87. Mine's viticulture's 88. So that's pretty hilarious.
What? That's so they just followed each other right down. That's pretty funny.
Their
They
fall
should
was
hang out.
great and terrible.
Who did you sell viticulture to? I can
I
hit
have
them
no
up and
idea.
give them evacuation. Oh, okay.
I don't have that data, Cody. Jeez, get off my back. All right,
So, don't you keep the data, dude?
Cody, you can start our next list, our last list, our last
right.
segment.
Last list, but third to last section we'll talk
that's true.
about because we got to keep this going. We're going to hit 2 hours for sure. Top 5 most improved games.
These are the good ones.
I realize I wrote this out wrong. I put top 5 improved most games.
They improved the most. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. So, starting with the 5th most improved game, I actually have 2. I have a twofer because it was a tie. Both of these games went up 29 spaces. One of them you're going to think is pretty great because it's kind of funny. The first is La Granja,
interesting.
which we got a couple plays in this year, and that it proved to be pretty fun for me. This is sitting now at rank 35 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I enjoyed it. I think it was maybe somewhat boring when you first showed it to me, or it was just very tedious. But I think I just understand it a bit more now, and I'm ready to get a few more plays under my belt.
Okay.
But it tied with a somewhat legendary game that I bought early on that we played maybe like once, and then I maybe played with Kirsten, and actually I think maybe like a couple other friends. This is a game that comes in a red box.
Raccoon Tycoon.
It has Yeah, there you go. Raccoon Tycoon went up 29 spaces.
Terrible
I don't know why. It's
freaking
just
game.
in my
Did you even play that this year?
No, I did. I sold it like 2 years ago, but for some reason in my memory, I was just like, you know what? It's going back up to rank 59.
Terrible memory.
I don't know. It was a auction and stock market combo game, and I remember that was fun. So there you go.
That's funny. Well, Cody, you had a twofer for your number 5. I got a twofer for my number 5.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm excited.
So these both went up 24 spaces, but that's adjusted because one of them went down from 74 to 75, but it went up 24 spaces. You know it. That's logic.
Our system's a little broken. It went down 1 space, so it was the most improved. Got
went
it.
up.
All right.
It went up 24 spaces from 74 to 75. So this is one of these is the Veil of
that's good.
Eternity. Yeah, it's
Okay.
sticking around because it's so silly, but it's just so satisfying to play at the same time. And I mean, it's another one of those games about trying to find the combos, but it's not. It's a much shorter game, so it's not as punishing as a
Yeah.
2-hour game that's about finding the combos. But yeah, it's brilliant, and I love the economy in it, where you can just have 4 pieces of currency, be they 1s, 3s, or 6s. You can just have 4 of them total, it's just a lot of fun. And then the other one is a game that I haven't played in years, Istanbul. Just hanging on, man. I think it's either 100 or 99 on my list here. 99. It's another one of those that I haven't played in a while, but every time I'm like, yeah, that's a solid game, and I do like it. but we'll see. It might fall off next year. So
Yeah, here's the thing. I have played that because I have it as an app, and I don't like that it's a race.
it is. It absolutely is. Yep.
Yeah. And
It's a
that's all.
race, but
I enjoyed the game otherwise.
it's an efficiency puzzle, and that's really the fun part about it. So
Veil of Eternity, looking at it, this is too high, so something went wrong with my pub meepling.
okay.
But it still was. I still enjoyed it. It's 39 for me on my top hundo,
Yeah.
and that is all. I guess now it's time for number 4. Number 4, Most Improved, another game that I sold and do not own anymore, and that I kind of feel sad that I got rid of. Part of the problem, this is a very weird thing to be frustrated about. It just didn't fit in with the rest of my physical board game collection because it comes in a metal box, a metal lunchbox.
Yeah.
Fallout Shelter, baby.
Didn't have the aesthetic needed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't a superbly incredible game in my heart, which is why I got rid of it. But it was still a satisfying little game. And I kind of miss that I got rid of it. Maybe I'll come across it again. But this moved up 30 spaces for me, landing at, using that Control F, 84.
I think
Interesting.
I think this game with a different, better production, because they kind of almost went like a tiny epic direction with it, right? I mean, it really feels like a big game in a small
They
box.
did a little bit, yeah.
I think this game reprinted with a better production and maybe a little more added to it, I think would be a very solid game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
My number 4, already mentioned earlier, went up 27 spaces, but it only went up 1, technically. This is Lost Cities. Solid game. I do want to reacquire this. I mean, it's a cheap little card game. I do want to reacquire it and start playing it again because it's brilliant. I love it.
You want to require it. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, we already talked about it. Here's a game that we have not yet talked about, at least in particular depth. Nate, you will be quite pleased to know that this is my 3rd most improved game. Went up 34 spaces. This is a game I bought, and then I gave it to you. And now we've played it multiple times digitally. That is Arc Nova.
Oh,
Arc Nova
dang.
moved up 34 places. I think it's, I don't know, just getting our digital plays in has just made an impact, and I've been enjoying it a bit more. It's a bit less frustrating. I do think that it still is too random on how it relies on synergies.
Yeah.
In that way, it actually kind of reminds me of Terraforming Mars, of how you can potentially kind of just get shot in the foot by just not getting the right cards that you need to make something work. I think this is a little bit worse in that way.
Really?
I think so. I think Terraforming Mars, you can mill the deck a little bit easier. But that being said, obviously I enjoyed our plays, and it's now sitting at 34. Went up 34 spaces to sit at 34. There you
Beautiful.
go.
Poetic, even. Yeah, glad to hear it, because it's become one of my favorite games easily. I mean, it's in my top 10. So, yeah.
Yeah.
My number
Definitely
3.
not going to be my top 10, but it will sit high.
My number 3 is a game that I think is in your top 100, and I think you like it quite a bit, but probably I doubt it's on this moved up list. But it is for me because it was ranked 94 last year, and it stayed ranked 94. But that means it went up 31 spaces, Cody.
Yes.
This is a Viking game. It's called Nar.
Viking Seesaw?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's called Nar.
Nar.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about this game,
yeah.
really, but
I like Nar. Nar
it's-
is high on my list for a game that I want to buy.
this is a bona fide Splendor killer. To me, this has Splendor vibes, but it's way more robust. Where Splendor feels infinitesimal or infantile, I guess I should say. Nar feels like a full-grown, breathing down your neck Viking, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's got a similar vibes where you're doing a little bit of collecting of currency, but instead of just like coins or whatever stupid stuff Splendor does, this is you're collecting cards that can be used as currency, but you're laying those bad boys down into columns, and those columns are triggering bonuses as you match colors, and then you go acquire some cool points card that has a lot of points, and you get rid of some of your cards from your tableau. And so this is the kind of game that if you end with a bunch of cards in your tableau, you probably didn't play it very efficiently, because you're kind of trying to keep that engine running, but you're trying to use the cards in your engine to buy nicer cards. So yeah, it's a very smart design, and still just barely hanging on to my top 100, honestly, but it is a solid game.
Yeah, NAR landed. NAR is 33 for me,
right
my
above
dude.
Arc Nova.
And here's the thing.
Crazy.
Yeah. SOB. Yeah, NAR
wanted to keep our not explicit title, so I just stopped talking.
Right, we got to keep that. Here's the thing. To be a Splendor killer is not a difficult thing. Splendor dies easily. Splendor will die
rolls
to a
over and
shiv,
exposes its
to
belly.
an iron dagger. Yeah, hunter's bow. But NAR comes in swinging a Daedric greatsword. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, NAR knows where it's at. Okay, well, my number 2 most improved game. This just overall, I guess you're going to be pretty glad about my most improved list. We were just talking about this a little bit ago. This moved up 38 spaces. Terraforming Mars.
Yeah, so this is just because you've been playing it. Same with Arc Nova, I guess, huh?
Yeah, again, I gotta get enough plays in. Gotta enjoy the experience. This went up, like I said, 38 places. This is now in my top 20. It's number 17. And it also replaced, let's see, Ares Expedition. I used to have Ares Expedition like right above Terraforming Mars. Ares Expedition is now at 37. So Terraforming Mars kind of shot up there.
Cody, we should start doing
bro?
a video podcast, because I'm a dancing over here. I love to hear it. Finally, Cody gets something right on his list.
Like I said, it's been an interesting year. Board Game Arena. You know what? I'm doing a slow clap right now for Board Game Arena, just because
I'm pouring one out.
It has influenced the game world, and it has kept it going. Let's just say that my top 100 would not be what it is without Board Game Arena. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, well, my dance is really coming from Terraforming Mars surpassing Ares Expedition, because
That's all.
Yeah,
It's not that you care that I like it. You just want me to hate.
oh yeah,
Ares
no. If
Expedition.
they were 99 and 100, but Terraforming Mars was higher, I'd still be dancing. So that's funny.
And
All
not
right,
just the men, but the women
Cody,
and the children. Okay,
you
yeah,
will
man.
enjoy my number 2 as well. You'll appreciate this, also because of BGA.
Will I? Oh,
This went up. It went up 32 spaces.
okay.
It's a bird type game.
I need some more data. A bird type game. Surely you can't be talking about that.
Well,
Could you?
now, to be fair, it actually dropped. Or no, it went up from 86 to 79. So, I mean, it's a game I've always
Oh.
respected, but I've just
Oh.
never loved. But I played it quite a few times this year. Actually, solo. This is one of the only
Really?
games I really... Well, that's not true. But it's one of the few games, I guess I should say, that I kind of soloed a handful of times because it works well. Wingspan.
Wow.
And
wow.
It's satisfying, but I will say the satisfying element of the game is why it's on my list. But it has its issues, and that was why I sought out Wormspan. And I'll just say Wormspan is significantly higher on my list. Somewhere in the 20. It's 21. I have Wormspan, so I've been enjoying that one quite a bit. I actually just recently got the brand new Dragon Academy, I think it's called, expansion for Wormspan, and tabled that once. That was fun. So, anyways, but my pick is Wingspan. Solid game. I know Cody loves it.
Well, I don't know what my deal is. I mean, we could go into this. We don't have time for it. Wingspan is number 5 for me. Wormspan is 51. That's all I have to say. We're going to drop
different
that.
games.
They're different games. Okay. Okay. I was giving you a good time for most of my top 5 improved games. You're about to have a not very fun time now. For my most improved game, this landed at 66. Went up 41 adjusted spaces. Nate, you don't like tactical games. You don't like this game. We have a tradition of playing it every November. War Chest is my most improved game of the year.
Mamma mia. Cody, I'm starting a petition right now for just myself to stop playing this game annually. That last game of War Chest. Listen, playing War Chest real time is one thing. It's already brutal. Playing War Chest over the span of like 3 days is like just living hell.
Dude, there was literally a moment. I think I like just laughed out loud, half out of glee and just half like it was just really funny. But there was like a moment where you had your horse, your light cavalry, you built it up. You had 2. You ran him like right up next to one of my boys, and then I just hit him like twice. He just died.
I am very bad at this
I don't know
game.
what was happening there.
I'm very bad at it, and I really don't enjoy it. I enjoyed it somewhat when I bought it back in the day, probably like 4+ years ago. Played it a few times with Reagan. It was okay. I kind of enjoyed it then, but I just really don't like tactical games, and that's all it is. So.
Yeah, I get that.
But
you're not a big chesser, are you?
Nope, I never really played chess. I mean, I know how to, but yeah, I never really played it.
Sure.
Yeah. But hey, I'm glad.
Well, anyway, that's my most improved game. Did I ruin it? Did I break it?
No, I just hope you find somebody to play with, Cody.
I do too. Hey, the folks who are our new gaming friends we do games with like once or twice a month, they own it. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
My number one.
Except we always play 4-player games, so that's not going to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably not. There's probably a 4-player variant for War Chest.
Well, we'll make it work.
My number one also spoiled earlier because it was the one with the most points. This is Modern Art. Went up from 88 to 45. Brilliant game. Another Knizia. Okay.
Have I even played any Knizia games?
Have you even? Well, you said earlier you've played Lost Cities, and you've played Viking Seesaw, which is also a Knizia game.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a Knizia guy, or maybe I just need to give him. Here's the thing. I think just all of his games do not look interesting to me. That's kind of more the problem.
That's valid. I mean, he definitely values mechanism over theme, so a lot of his games are just very abstract and or ugly. Also, he has a lot of auction games, and those are some of my favorites. Like I love Raw, I love Modern Art. High Society also is pretty decent. But yeah, I just don't know if his games are your bread and butter. So,
yeah. All right, round us off, Nate. Give us our second to last section.
Do I have this right? Most valuable player? Is that our second to last?
No. Oh, that's right. I figured this out, but you didn't have it. I did average weight of my top 10 games.
Go for it.
Did you figure that out?
No.
Oh, well, I don't need to say it then.
Okay.
I'm not just going to leave this unbalanced. All right, so hit us off with our concluding section.
So, what did you say for this in your message just a couple hours ago? You said... Scrolling. I vote we also include personal MVP award, our discretion to choose a game that possibly didn't quite fit into most improved or our favorite game, but nonetheless, it's stuck in our mind for the year for whatever reason. Cody,
thanks for ignoring the typo. I appreciate that.
I kind of stumbled over there. This was actually, funny enough, was my number 6 for my top 5 most improved. So, I mean, this really kind of fell just right outside of that. Went up 21 spaces. This is a game I did play a few times before, back in 2024. But playing it digitally with you has really revitalized my love for it. This is Revive, man. It's a brilliant game.
Ooh.
Brilliant.
Revive
game.
got revived. How about that?
It's just so, man, the combos, it's just so satisfying. It really is. I love the 3 intertwining tracks on your player board. But what I really love the machines, because they are free actions basically, but they're free actions that can make or break an incredible move, right? Like having the right one available and having the lightning resource to activate it can turn a good turn into a incredibly good turn if you're doing it at the right time. And it's just absolutely brilliant. So many other things about the game that I love. I remember the first time I played it, it felt clunky and weird, but just those repetitions have really paid off, and its brilliance is shining through. It's a fantastic design. So that is my most valuable player of the year, Revive.
Honestly, that probably is the co-MVP.
I thought
us.
it might be.
It was the highest. Yeah. I didn't select it as my MVP,
right.
but it is the highest new game. So probably, yeah. It's rank 8 for me and rank 16 for you. I'm cheating now. I'm looking at your list. So yeah, I'm glad you like it so much too. This is a good one that we found. Well, that you found that I played. But it's not my MVP. My MVP is one that, I don't know, it's probably not going to be that much of a surprise. I was almost wondering if this would be your MVP.
Yeah, can I guess?
Go for it, my dude.
Because it was actually the first thing that came to my head, but then I realized this year was really kind of the year of Revive. But is this? I'm thinking it's another game that you and I played a handful of times digitally, and we were both had a newfound wonder for it. Is this Beyond the Sun?
You are on the right track because you're correct.
Hey.
Yes, Beyond the Sun. Look at that. Am I correct then that this would have been your runner-up to your MVP?
Not quite. It was probably third place after Heat. Because I discovered Heat like at the very end of December 2024, and I soloed it a bunch. But then this year was where I tabled it physically more often, and also really got into soloing it, and just really got into it and started loving it. But it probably would have been third after Heat. Yeah,
well, we've cranked out a fair number of plays of Beyond the Sun. We're going to keep them coming. This one, again, it's like neither of us really knew what happened. We played it for the first time because I bought it 5 years ago?
Ages ago.
4 years ago? It was a while ago, yeah. And I know we both enjoyed it, but it was just okay. And then Kirsten is not a fan of space games, and this is the most drab of space games. The most... the most interestingly themeless of space games. It has a theme, but in terms of space, it's it looks like space. It's just a black board, with all this stuff. But then, we were cranking out plays of it. And it was just this is a solid game. I have absolutely no interest in playing the successor version of it. That's modern day or whatever. I'm not interested in that, but
I don't know if I told you this. When I was at that convention, Congress of Gamers, we came up and some people were playing Daitoshi. And we're like, oh, this is cool. Daitoshi's fun. Glad you guys are enjoying it. And this lady goes, yeah, have you played Beyond the Horizon? I was like, no. I was like, isn't that the follow-up to Beyond the Sun? And she pulls it out of a bag. She's like, yeah. And it was she was trying to sell it to me. She was advertising the whole game and about how amazing it is and all this stuff. And I was like, are you trying to give me this board game? You want me to buy it off you? What is going on here? It was really funny. But she was so convincing that I was like, I remember not being interested in this for whatever reason. So I went digging into it again. And again, I found just this slew of complaints about production quality and balancing issues and all this stuff. So yeah.
Have you considered that she just hated it so much she was just trying to get rid of it?
She never
was please buy this from me.
She never actually offered it to me, so I don't know. But it was a very weird, non sequitur, because we were like, yeah, Daitoshi, cool game. She was like, yeah, by the way, Beyond the Horizon.
That is random. I'm seeing Ben Pitchback and Matt Riddle on this. Why are they involved with this, bro?
With Beyond the Sun?
Beyond the Horizon.
I think they helped co-design it. Them and the original designer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those Motor City boys. Well, anyway, MVP Beyond the Sun. We did that as a game of the week because obviously we needed to do it, and that was very recent. If I would have to like throw a runner-up in there, probably Great Western Trail.
Yeah, I was actually surprised I didn't hear that about anything from you. I thought you liked it, man.
Great Western Trail is number 13 for me, if that says anything. Yeah, that flew up there. It is the second highest new game I played. So behind Revive, obviously. So yeah, that one was great. I mean, obviously Gloomhaven got the most points, but like Gloomhaven also is a bit old news. You know what I'm saying? Great Western Trail, we've cranked out a few different games, and to the extent of like I immediately bought New Zealand and now have that.
I was also
although New Zealand is ranked 20.
I also kind of half expected to see Guild of Merchant Explorers somewhere in this episode for you.
I played it out, my dude. I enjoyed it very much, and I'd probably still be willing to buy it. But you can do it solo, and I cranked out like game after game, and I've not wanted to touch it for a while. Okay. So it's sitting at 64 for me now.
Valid.
Yeah. Well, 2-hour podcast.
Gotta do it every once in a while.
We do, right? Every once in a while, as in basically every other episode that we do.
Yeah. Well, if you're still here, which you aren't, we appreciate the support and appreciate the fact that for whatever reason you're interested in our top 100 analysis from 2025.
And remember, like I said, we're on Twitch now, just saying.
Hello and welcome to the outro. Cody, what is our Twitch handle? Just so people can find that if they're still here.
It is, get this, Tabletop Shop.
Tabletop Shop. I like to shop at the Tabletop Shop.
All one word.
I like to shop at the Tabletop Shop. I like to shop
Bring
at
it
the
to us,
Tabletop Shop.
Mike.
I like to shop at the Tabletop Shop.
Help me out, Roy.